Today I kind of got a different video coming to you. I've got this is a Dean Dave Mustaine signature model. It's one of the lower end ones, and it's still a decent guitar. It's got this beautiful metal flake sparkly finish going on here. I did put some Mustaine thrash factor pickups in here, and the tuners on it are good tuners as well. The only thing I don't like about this guitar, besides it's kind of got a fat profile neck, you can't really see it over here, but what I really don't like about this guitar, it makes me not really want to play it much. Let's see if I can zoom in here, because I've done a little work here. But if you look right along the edges up here, it's got a real sharp fretboard edges, and it's kind of hard on the fingers, and I don't care for it. So I've already started doing a little work, and I want to take it from that sharp edge right there, and I want to get it nice and round. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that there, but you should be able to see a difference between that round, nice round side there, as opposed to these sharp edges up here. So I'm going to do some work, and put my shaky camera down here. And all I'm working with today is some fret erasers. These are going to be fret protectors, because I am going to polish these frets up when I'm finished too. And I got a brush to kind of brush away the stuff. This is just a sanding sponge. It's a 120 grit on this side, 180 on this side, and I'm just going to use the 180 side. And as I go along, I'm going to hold it at like a 45-degree angle on these frets, put a little pressure into it so you can see it kind of so it's even. And I'm going to round that fretboard side right there, and I'm going to come back on this side and get closer to this edge. Now you don't want to do it too much so that it's so round and it dips like this. You just want to round the edge of the fretboard and kind of make it even with that fret crown. You do it too much, and it's not going to look even, and it's going to look weird. So you got to be very careful when you do it, and just get that pressure on there, and then make sure you do it back on this side, because when you do it on this side, you're going up this way on this fret. So you want to do it again against this side of the fret too, so it's even all the way across. If you just work it, I missed a spot on this side, I'm going to get that side. And just work it, take your time, get it nice and round. And then there's a, let's see, this is a 400 grit fret eraser. And you're just pretty much polishing it. And you can take the 1200 and get it nice and rounded. And that's going to make it way more comfortable on your fingers, and when you do it on this side, it'll be way more comfortable on your thumb. And it may not look all that great right now, but once we get finished up and we oil it up and clean it up really good, polish the frets, it'll look wonderful. So I'm going to get going on this and time lapse it, and when we're finished, I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so my battery's getting kind of low, and I'm going to finish up the other side off camera. But you saw when I cut down here, I didn't go beyond here because my fingers aren't really, I'm not a shredder, and my fingers aren't going up that far on the fretboard. So I pretty much got this side finished up. Doesn't look too bad, it looks a lot better. It feels a lot better. And I'm going to go ahead and work on this side. Be back in a bit. So it really didn't need a fret polishing. I noticed that after I already started doing it. So we are finished up with the fret eraser. We're finished up here pretty much. Now I'm gonna dab some fret oil on here, let it soak up a little bit, and then clean it up. Oil is still soaking in a bit, and hopefully you can see the difference. I'm not sure if you can or not on the camera. You should be able to though. Let me get back here and zoom in. Looks like a hot mess when you zoom that close, but it's much more round, and it's going to be much more comfortable to play all around. So I'm going to let that sink in a little bit more, and then I'm just going to tighten up the strings back on it and let it sit for a little longer, and then get a good feel for it. So that's the basics of rounding frets on a fretboard. Make them more comfortable to play. This is a cheap guitar. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just need to make it more comfortable for you to play. And sometimes those hard edges are just no good. There's no fret sprout. I'm not talking about fret sprout. I'm talking about the hard edges, the sharp edges. Alright, if you liked the video, smash that like button for me please, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe for more. We'll see you around.